Viewers, welcome to this week's edition of our popular program, Broad View, reaching you live from Heritage Television here in London. My guest today is Cllr Bukky Okunade of Cllr Council, that's the Tilbury Riverside and Cllr Park. She's the deputy leader of the Labour Group and chair the Children Services Overview and Scrutiny. Welcome to Broadview.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, madam. I sincerely appreciate of your coming, despite the notice was very short, and then you find time to come all the way from Tilbury. I sincerely appreciate your coming. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thanks for inviting me.
Thank you. Before we go straight to the business of the day, I would like you to meet our viewers. Just let them meet a little bit about yourself.
Yes. I'm greeting everybody today, and I'm really happy to have been able to come on the set to meet people, and I hope you're all well, and thank you for tuning in to this program.
Oh, thank you very much. Cllr Bukky, or should I say Cllr Okunade?
Bukky is fine.
Cllr Bukky. Looking at the election that you've contested and you've won, the list is endless. So what is the secret? You've come a long way. Being a woman?
It seems, absolutely.
What can you tell me the strategy?
Yeah, I mean,
that led to this?
If we were going to be
winning.
If we're going to be talking about that, I mean, it's going to take long because my journey, because before I became I went into politics. It's a long journey. But if you just want a nugget to say, what is the secret? The secret would be you have to have interest in what you're doing. And then you have to have passion for touching other people, you know, passion for being able to contribute into the society where you live, that passion. And people will see it. They will see your genuineness. And people will like you for that. So that is, in a nutshell, that is the, you know, what I can say, what has helped me to carry on and to be popular amongst people of the electors, which without the electors, you know, we can just, you know, door knock and all that, but you're not achieving anything. But that is a long story to how I actually got into politics and into Cllr.
Okay, because I look at your area, I myself, my political awareness is very, very strong. I'm a member of the Labour Party, and being elected into various positions for a very long time. I've been a strong supporter of Labour, and I know all what it takes in politics, especially in the United Kingdom. And I look at your own area. This side is area where the atmosphere is very, very, very cool. Places that people would not like to stress themselves going out or even getting involved. And when it comes to politics in that kind of a particular area, I'm not trying to say about gender, I'm looking at that gender as well, because I think we have some other opposite agenda as well. They've strived, they've tried. At the end of the day, the result is not really favorably. But now, I could have actually asked you the question that, how did you come into politics? But that was the first question. Before, what really attracted me was that winning formula. Maybe I would tell one particular politician in Nigeria to come, to visit England, maybe for you to have induction course for them.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Let me know how you come into politics.
Yes, thank you. My coming into politics, thinking about politics is like in the 80s, in the late 80s. And I first was a school governor, a primary school governor. That was in 1995, I decided to be a school governor. But what prompted me to being that is that this is a short story about I have children, and one of my children was just like 2.5 years old. And I enrolled, or actually I put his name forward for nursery. And I was being told that, this is oversubscribed, and it took long. But I was, then I had a neighbor that just moved in next door to me, and then I advised the neighbor to go and register the child, and you know, I was so surprised that the neighbor came back to tell me that yes, my child has got a place, and that's when I realized that there is issue with black or white, because my neighbor was white and I'm black, and I thought, you know what, you could not just be complaining. You can complain about equal opportunity, the lack of it, or you can complain about racism, but you have to do something positively. So that's why I decided to join the primary school you know, body of governors. So I became a governor. So from there, I get into participating into learning how to participate in a board setting, you know, in governance setting. So I was doing that since then. So, but when I now moved on into Torok in 2002, I wanted to continue to input into the community, and I thought that. And like you said, I mean, I've been a member of the Labour Party for so long because I believe Labour Party is that party that appealed to somebody like me, you know, and because I mean, I used to live in estate in London back then. So so I joined the Labour Party, and then I was activist, you know, going to the meetings, and you know, supporting other people during election. So then the opportunity came for me to go into to be selected for a ward to stand as a councillor, and I did. And initially you can see some hostility, but the hostility actually is from few people, because when you see it, a lot of people are, you know, they're all right with whoever is coming to give them the right of representative and support they want. So it's not, you know, but so I got accepted by the community, and then I've been accepted for, you know, time and time. I've you know, I participated in election for so many years, and I've been accepted. You have to touch the hearts of people. You have to know that you are helping them appropriately, not just for your gain. It's not, you know, because being a councillor is not like your personal gain. You know, you have to know that you want to change some aspect of the community, you know, for the better of everybody. So, and people really do appeal to that. So I would really, even today, I advise you to actually take a step further. Don't just be a member, but actually go and be participating, get involved. I would, sorry, you're meant to be interviewing me, but I'm now just giving you advice.
I sincerely appreciate it. I appreciate it. So let us try to look at this area, because being a mother and the challenges is so high. For instance, I look at the committees that you are now. You are in the children. You chair the Children's Services Overview. You are a member of the council as well. Then the General Service Committee, Licensing Committee, and so on and so forth. I know that there are some certain committees that will not even be on the book here. Perhaps maybe will be there. Then how you be able to cope? Then other activities. And I understand you are a writer.
Yes, I am a writer. Yeah, my book should be out before the end of the year, by the grace of God. So you do really need to prioritize, because you cannot be part of everything and all things, and you have to, I mean, you do need a social life, but you have to minimize a social life. You know, you have to minimize it, because you cannot be everything to everybody. So that's some secrets there. So that is the main one, is to have to prioritize and you know, be involved in what you need to be involved in. Because to be a councillor, you know, apart from being within the council, like you said, on the different committees, you still have to work with your community. You know, I have surgery, we call it advice surgery. I do that first Saturday of the month, so that members of the community can come and talk to me about any issue they want me to put forward. And not only that, I've got my email, I've got telephone, people can call me anytime, they can email me, and I handle their issues for them. So, you know, the technology helps us, you know, to manage things live, you know, and because you use internet a lot, you use your email a lot to to do stuff, so it is about priority, and it's about, because one thing is like, once you have that enthusiasm and you are interested and you are committed, you see that you will not fail.
Like in any organization, perhaps let me come to this, in any position.
Yeah.
I do know a little bit about this. It's like, let's take for instance like the surgeries, whereby member of your constituents, when they are visiting with the time, with all kind of series of problems that they will come with. There are some who have been on the council list for long, maybe for home. There are maybe who have some other issues with the home office. I know that these two areas are the area that your office will be dealing, especially when it comes to surgery and some other issues of those in educations. But what are the challenges do you think you've been facing?
Well, I mean, in terms of, because you don't look at things as such as challenges, because it is for things to be resolved. That's why you are there. I mean, people can have the concerns, and you have to try your best. As long as you're trying your best to resolve it, that is what people are happy with. Because the challenges may be, okay, you don't have more than 24 hours in a day. We're all human beings. But you think about it, like, some people are really, within that 24 hours, they're doing a lot. So you have to be productive in what you're doing. Say you have so many people coming, like, on a Saturday, and you have issues that you've already recorded in your paperwork. You have to then know you're dealing with it one by one. I mean, sometimes I do set my Sunday afternoon for my my cases, to manage, the case issues I need to manage, set that up and look at it and write my emails, because as a councillor, we have the strategic lead of a council. We have officers, paid officers, that actually do the work. So it's like, it takes you to link with those officers. So if somebody have issues of, for example, housing, like you've mentioned, like they've been waiting. So you have to check with the officer, write to the officer, and ask them to update you on the matter. And then, you prompt them to help people. There are issues of, like, council tax. Some people who have been, because during this austerity or austere time, people have issues paying the council tax. So you can relate to, the council finance and bridge, a gap for the constituent, in terms of, like, how they can arrange to pay in installments rather than them being bombarded by debt collectors. So something like that. I have the art for the to resolve, help people resolve and make life easier for people. So once you know that your interest is that area, so you do all your best to resolve it. Yeah, there will be challenges, because, for example, I mentioned to you the housing, or the like, money issue, like when people are hard up, and obviously the council has to collect this money to run the council. So that is challenges, because you cannot tell the council to write off a debt. No, it's not possible. But then you can actually ask the council to consider the condition of that. So in that way, you try to broker a win-win situation for the person. So, and people really, you intervene and they are happy with that. So in my time, I find that just trying to resolve things genuinely and helping them as much as you can, people are happy that you are inputting as best as you can.
Oh, brilliant. Then I will look at this area now. I do mention about gender initially, that now there are some young females of from ethnic minority. Are you, unlike before this program, I do know that, okay, you are working on a particular book.
Yes.
Then there are so many questions that initially I wanted to ask you. But it's like, this is all what we are doing. But the other area which I don't know we are doing, I know about that book because maybe I myself, maybe because I'm a writer, I should be able to have interest on that book, which we've discussed about. is there any way of mentoring these young ladies, young girls, for them to, those who should step in?
Yes, so apart from my council work, obviously I have other areas of work that I do, and then I have an outfit which is Find a Fresh, and then the outfit is counseling, coaching, and mentoring is part of it. And I do public speaking in terms of trying to motivate people into becoming a better of themselves, you know, to become a better person or to achieve their aims. So, you know, I'm open to mentoring because my interest is to enable younger people to reach their potential and to, you know, to get to where they want to go and where they should be, you know, and I'm open to mentor people. And the book I'm writing is titled The Act of Service. And that is about, you know, how you can contribute to your society. And it's going to be like a reference book.
Not a biography?
No, not autobiography. It's going to be, obviously, I would be chipping in a bit about how I get somewhere, how I get there, so that they can know the roots of how I get somewhere. I'll talk about leadership, you know, there, and I'll talk about, you know, how they can achieve what they want to achieve in terms of, like, if you want to be a councillor, what you need to do, you know, why you need to join a party, or if you want to be independent, what you need to do. So it's going to be a useful
like an handbook that's going to be detailed.
Yeah, detailed handbook, useful handbook that will touch every area where you can be involved.
Is it going to be beneficial for men as well? Or
oh, it is for it's going to be for everybody. I'm not racist and I'm not sexist.
No. Because like
it's for everybody, and even you know, not gender or age. No, it doesn't matter. You can start anywhere. You can be a man, a woman, or a young woman, and you know, you will be useful. And I make sure the book comes out detailed and very well written.
Brilliant. Now, there's a particular area that I'm actually being concerned about. And I do know that this subject is actually what concerns all parents. The issue of this knife crime. This crisis has been so on. And it has become something that is common phenomenon. You hear this today, you hear that today. Now, you as a person who is in authority and also as a mother, I want you to give advice to parents out there, both mother and father. What are their role? What the role they need to play in parenting before we now come to that issue, because we are still coming to that. But I need the advice that what are the strategic things that parents should do, should put in place, the advice they should go to their children to prevent this menace.
Yes. I mean, this issue of night crime is a really, really disheartening issue for everybody, for moms, for dads, and in fact, it's so scary for us because it's being so rampant, it's happening, and then our young are killing each other. What for? It's so sad because they're cutting short the lives of innocent or greater tomorrows. You know, it is sad. But my advice to parents would be that parents have to really, from young, take interest in the children, in what they do. I mean, I know that you're not meant to be overly friendly, but you have to be a friend to your child. A friend to your child in the sense that your child can come back home to you and tell you everything and feel safe in your hand, that yes, my mom would advise me accordingly. I can tell my mom anything or my dad anything that is bothering me, and so that I can be a good citizen. So I want parents to really be attentive to the children, right from young. Be attentive, and I know that a lot of parents are they have to work. Some work so many hours, but at the end of the day, it is you have to look at the issue of priority is another thing. You have to look. It's not just about making money. It's about, okay, what if you're making money and you don't have time to actually nurture your children, all right, then what is the benefit of the money? God forbid the child get killed. So then you just, what is the benefit? So you really have to, prioritize your life and know that, the time that you have to give to your child to listen to them, to make sure everything is well in school, because some children, I believe that they probably are being bullied in school, and then they think that, okay, I'm going to take the law into my hands, and even we're talking about children killed, and those children that are killing people, they're in jail, life. So it's like there's no winning. No, because if you kill, unfortunately, dead forever, or if you the killer, then you are also dead, because you cannot reach anything, because then you're a criminal. And then I mean, because of the other art which I wear as in criminal justice system, I see and I know that a lot of youths are behind the bars, serving for carrying a bladed article. Bladed article is a knife, and then if you are a mom, you have to make sure that your child don't have access to a knife. And because some children, they will take the knife from home, because those who are selling the shops now, they are telling them not to sell knives, because they can lose their business for doing that. So our parents also have to be vigilant, really vigilant, and make sure that our children are not into these things. I think it definitely starts from home. With me, these parents have to just be there. You have to just take responsibility for the child you get back to. We cannot say, okay, the society or the schools. No, because there's a lot of the children rights here and there. You cannot discipline a child in school. The teacher will be in trouble. But your home is where it started. So you have to pay attention to your children and make sure that they will give you rest. And according to the Bible, because I'm a Christian, you have to ensure that your child give you rest at the end of the day.
Train your child so that you keep in future.
Absolutely.
Now let us look at, because it's like your advice, the issue of broken home. Do you have any advice for couples, for them to put into consideration their children, even if there's no children? They should put into consideration that, look, they said we are two elephant fights. It is the grass that will survive it.
Yes. It is a shame, and it is it's not a right thing for us to have a lot of broken homes, and also it is sad that some family, they just live a life that is not happy life, because enduring instead of enjoying. You have to enjoy your relationship, you have to enjoy your children. And unfortunately, where there is domestic violence and where there's issues, with husband and wife, the children bear the brunt of it, So we just have to encourage people to look deep and look to the future of the children, and try and live amicably in the family. I mean, I could say a lot of words, and because even before people get into marriage, you really need to know who you're getting into partnership with. Because I've heard it somewhere that, a bad relationship is worse than living in hell, So you have to know what you're getting into, because not just for yourself, also for the children that you bring into the world, because they didn't ask you to bring them, you decided to give back to them. So, and it's good to have a good. I can understand some people have to be single parents. We have single parents, and I don't think there's any research to say that a child brought up in single parent home is less than a child brought up in a couple, in a proper married home. I don't see that research, because sometimes you see children brought up by their mom alone or their dad alone, and they turn out to be well in the society, So it is not about the husband and wife much more, but it is about the relations with the child. That is in my own view. It's a relationship with the child, what you want for your children, and you have to let the children know the right from wrong from young. You have to let them know, and then they have to, you know, they have to adhere to that, you know. I mean, one time, you know, when my child was young, I went to school, you know, because you have to have open day. The children, they do open day. I know a lot of dads, they don't have time for that. The moms will go there, but dad also should know that what the children are doing in school, because the school are open day. You have to have when they tell you this is how your child is behaving and all that. But I mean, I always attend open day. My kids are, you know, they're grown now, but to hear what is happening. So you have to really pay attention. You do have to pay attention. And then even the teacher will know that, yes, this child, you know, they have a strong parental background or parental, you know,
good upbringing.
Upbringing. And then the school can build on that. But if your child has lost control at home, if your child has lost control and the child is the one controlling you as a parent at home, how do you expect the teacher to control the child?
They won't be able.
No. So we should not lose control. Whether you are a single parent or you are a couple, you should not lose control of your child. You know. So if you bear in mind that is the important thing, you know, that you need to sort out. You should sort it out. It's your responsibility. I'm sorry. Parents are responsible for their children.
Yeah. In my discussion with you, you do mention sometimes that before the marriage, that is the couple, before they get married, you mentioned of like red flags. Yeah, there are some certain things that any one of them could see and foresee the future that this man or this lady in so time, this is going to happen.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, there is, it is good to have period of courtship. So
Can you make any recommendation?
Oh yeah. It is good to have a period of courtship,
like minimum of a year, month.
It is funny because I would say at least in my own case, I would say at least 6 months, not less than that.
Well, but some of these ladies, when they meet a young man, they want to be engaged. They want everything to be
Microwave.
That is what.
No, because you know, people can hide the behavior, and I don't think anybody can hide their behavior for longer than 6 months. So that is why I would recommend like 6 months. But the thing is, like, you are in a courtship, and you are not married yet. You have violence already. Don't you know you should just run? You know, there's red flag. You see, people would know who they should not be with, you know. You see, but unfortunately, I think we let her head, is it her head or something guide you instead of let your mind guide you, you know, and you think that, oh, it's going to be all right. No, it's not by force to get married. It isn't. Because if somebody is telling your parents, saying you have to get married, and you get married to the wrong person, and then you don't have a happy life. And look, we're not here forever. We're not going to be on this planet Earth forever. So every minute, every time, you should be happy. You should be happy. Happy people bring forth happy children. So don't rush. There's a red flag. You see red flag that a man or a woman, because I'm not gender biased, you know, that, but you have not got married, your boyfriend is slapping you. Then you think that, oh, when you get married, he will not slap you again. What do you mean? So you have to run. I think you have to run. And I'm saying that, and I'm saying it boldly. You know, you see the red flag. You see, there's a deal breaker in every, you know, every thing you do. Agreement. There's something that, okay, no. You know, this is a no. Don't go into it. Yeah. So, and you see a gentleman or a woman that their priority is wrong from yours, because we all have something that we can tolerate and we cannot tolerate. You know, don't have too many things that you cannot tolerate, and then you think that the person will change.
But there was a particular program earlier on which I directed. They do mention that some of what makes some men being agitated or changing their behaviors has to do with kind of the bride price that they've paid, or the kind of the pressure that the bride's family had mounted on the groom. So when the groom, after getting married, all these things come to his.
I think all those things, I mean, people have their culture, you know. I do not come from a culture that demand a lot of bride price. So, I mean, we have different cultures, so I'm not going to disrespect anybody's culture, but you're not selling your child, are you? I mean, if you have a daughter and then you just sell your child and then the child becomes a possession of the person that can kick them anyhow they like because, yeah, they bought them. So, I mean, I didn't come from that culture, you know. So, but even though to go into marriage, there's something that is love. The love is real, you know. So if you love somebody, you would just want to be good to the person. You want to meet the needs of the person, and it's both way. A man will try to be meeting the needs of the wife, and the wife will try to meet the needs of the husband. So those way, you know, it's better that way than, you know, being selfish. You know, if you have somebody that is selfish, that is only their own interest, and they don't think about the sensitivity of the other, then it's wrong, you know. So we can go on and on, but on top of it, I mean, like I said, I come from Christian background, and there's counseling, there's pre-marital counseling that a lot of churches offer, you know, and those some things are really good, and people, you see, practical things nowadays. It's not just about, you know, submit and then put food on the table, and where you will put food on the table, but let the man provide the money.
You do mention about red flag, and I know that most of the programs we do here, because we get feedback from viewers, and at times they do said, okay, look, your next guest, please try as much as possible information that will help the ladies out there, the information that help the men, prospective groom and bride, let them get something to learn. Okay. And I believe being a mother now and your position as well, anything you say now is authority, because they see you, they are definitely going to listen, because they believe that you are a good example for others. Now, my question now is that how can somebody know a good husband or even a good wife? Because some believe that one particular verse said in Yoruba, but I'll translate it in English. The man says, and this is how it goes, is that some of the women, he emphasized that women, they have three attitudes. One attitude when they want to get married, when you first meet them. The second attitude during the courtship. They hide it, they guide it jealously, they won't see it. Immediately after marriage, after the wedding, when they are now become, when they are just newly married, you see, you won't get real. But immediately after one child, or after being addressed as Mrs., they said, the Baba said, they can even start from their husband. Do you know, you can't talk to me like that. I am your wife. Don't talk to me like that. I'm not your slave. Then, you know, men, when they hear something like that, agitated, then the love started to diminish. Is it true that somebody can hide his or her attitude from both ways? I don't want to be in the side of
No. I would give you a different analogy to that. And I would give analogy about, so for example, in Africa, in here also, some people have to buy a land before they build on it. Like, but it happens a lot in Nigeria, in Africa, that you have to buy a land and then you have to do a foundation. Yeah? So the foundation has to be right. Yes?
They shouldn't get it wrong.
You shouldn't get it wrong. Then you build from the foundation, you build up. So when you build up, obviously you're not going to get a wonky building because the foundation is right. And even after you've done the building, you've decorated it, everything, you still have to maintain it, you know, to carry on having a beautiful home in terms of renovation. You know, you don't just live in a house and for 5 years you have not even changed the paint and all that. You have to renovate. So that is my own analogy in terms of a relationship. Yeah. So firstly, we've said that, okay, before you go into a marriage, you know what you're going into. You know, you have to know the partners, the partner that you aligning with. Yeah, and that is a fact. You can do a fact finding then, you know. And once you know that, so because it's like it's not about, okay, this is a person I can actually just live with, but it is a person that I can live without. You understand what I mean? There's a deeper meaning to that. Oh, without my husband, I don't think I can live. You know, that means that he actually play a big role in your life that it will be missed. But by the time you are into somebody that, you know, giving you headache too much, that actually, you know, I can live without you, you know. It's a different thing. Do you understand what I mean, my brother? So it's not about people changing. People have to maintain, they have to sustain a relationship. A relationship has to be sustained. A woman out there, you cannot say, okay, because I've got the man, I can just let myself loose. I can remain, I may not be, pay attention to my body, my, you know, my life. You know, you need to, because you need to sustain that relationship, you know. And regarding speaking foul language, you know, you do need to desist from foul language, you know, because everybody likes respect. And I heard that men, actually, their ego wants the respect more than anything. So you know what a man wants, the respect, and you respect the man. And I will tell you what a woman wants. Can you guess?
Yeah, I can.
What is it?
Patience.
Patience. Woman wants to be loved.
But that love has always been there.
It's been there, yeah, but you have to express it. Yeah?
Really?
You have to really express that love, because women, that is what they, you know, they like. If you express that love, and you can express love in different, multiple ways.
So it means that women, they love a romantic man.
Yeah. I think some of our men should actually go to romantic schools.
I think they should.
To learn how to maintain a relationship. So you get the respect. I mean, even the Bible said, man, love your wife. But God,
that's a commandment.
Yes, God knows. It's like, you know, God is mighty. He knows everything. You know, man, love your wife. Woman, what did he say to woman?
He says they should be submitted.
Submit, and that is respect. So that is it. Man wants respect, woman wants love. But
now the issue of this equality, gender, something, women today want to be like man. So
no, it's not as if women. I mean, I don't think women, because there's still femininity with women. Whether you do anything that a man can do, you are still have a feminine nature, and man has that masculine nature. Yes, and you know, and because you have to, it's a give and take. You know, a husband give chance for the wife to pursue their interest, and then the wife also support the husband in pursuing his interest. So, like I did mention that you have to look on both ways and satisfy each other, you know. So in a separate way. If a man is doing what he needs to be doing in a home, you know, loving your wife, providing for your wife, and then catering for your children, and being the head of the family, then I think a lot of men love that. Love a man to be the head of the family. But if a man should not, you know, do his responsibility of being the head of the family, you are giving the headship away. And a man give the headship away, and it's sad. It is sad, because then the woman would, you know, take on a role to be a father and a mother to a child. You know, which is not fair. It's not fair, come to think of it. But now the woman is now doing everything for the family. Then now you say that, oh, the woman is behaving as if it's the man in the house. Oh, man, please do your bit, and the woman will do their bit. I hope I'm not being too controversial.
Yeah. No. It's interesting, because these are exactly what people really wanted to hear now. Because you say, these are one of the things that people have never been familiar with, or been not trying to be telling young couples that at the end of the day, after marriage, because when we talk about this issue of this knife crime, gun crime, the foundation of the marriage, when it's not as solid as you rightly said, these are what the product of it. So if we can be able to discuss some of the issues that affect, that cause these men, and for instance now, what do you, it's a very common phenomenon, especially in Europe. I don't want to mention a particular place, Europe and America, because this advent of this social media, the information is enormous out there. WhatsApp, you see, I saw one up recently where I don't know who must have recorded it, maybe it was a man, but the lady was violent to the man. Then the man was saying, everything was on record, everyone was on record. Then the lady was saying all sorts of things. Then another one as well sees all sorts of things that is happening now. What are the measures that you think, the advice that needed, that you can give to couple that they should try as much as possible to prevent this, what is causing this broken home?
Like, you know, you said that, you know, there are some people that are frustrated, and I'm not going to say that some women are not violent. Some women are violent, some men are violent. So it's not just one-sided. I'm not skewed in my thinking at all. But the thing is, the social media is there. We cannot run away from it now. There are some good things about it, and there's some wrong things about it, you know. But and then you could be in a relationship and you're frustrated. And what happens to a frustrated person? You behave badly.
Miserably.
Yeah. So, but there are things that you could do to minimize your frustration. You can ask me what?
What, please? Because of the movement.
I advise people to pay attention to their own interests, to what they want to be doing in life. Okay. So, because, you know, let's say you have 100% of things that you need to do. You love your husband, part of it. You have time for your children, part of it. What time do you have for yourself? If you're only just thinking about the poor man alone, like, oh, he has not here, oh, he hasn't done this, oh, he hasn't done that, you'll be frustrated. Do you know what I mean? But why don't you find something doing yourself? You know, there's a lot of different skills. We talk about, you know, internet or all this. It opens gates for different things to be able to do. Take up skills. There's skills that you can take up that would minimize your concentration on a wrong thing, you know. By the time you are busy yourself, you will not be thinking about the frustration. I can assure you, you will be busy making life better. You'll be busy doing great things, and your children will look at you as a virtuous mom or woman. And so is an husband, because I'm not skewed in any way, because it happens both. Because my life, I've had, because I do counseling, okay, and I've seen issues from both sides.
Have you do any critical issue that you think that this is not kind of that common, that is not common?
There's a lot of critical issues but there's nothing new under the sun, you know. But there's a lot of critical issues. But like I said, in a nutshell, you have to pay attention to yourself, because even people from stress, they die easily. You see people that are young that you think, well, what killed that one? It's stress-induced trouble here and there. Why? Because you are overthinking about something, or this is not good enough, or this person is not good enough, and you are overthinking. Don't overthink, please. Just do some things, do other things. You know, that you take up skills. Some people, like down in Cllr, we were running fashion design, you know, women, and they joined and they were really happy. It's therapeutic, you know. Leave issues. When the children are in school, they come and learn how to sew. And, you know, like the outcome of what you're going to make, like a dress, is what is on your mind. You're not thinking about, oh, the person, you know, my partner has done this or that. And then you will see the partner now. They will see the positive in you. They will see the positiveness. Be positive. Because if you're nagging, the man will run away. I'm not advising men to run away, but don't nag.
But it's a common phenomenon. It is indeed a common phenomenon at times that when we have some discussion with people. They said, man, they said they are okay. It's like living that place is like living in hell.
Yeah, like I said, it would be like that because the woman is too much concentrating on the wrong thing. Look at the positive thing and build on the positive thing. Do not complain too much, Be constructive with your complaint if you have to complain. And like they say that some things you can control, some things you cannot control. Know what you can control from what you cannot control. And then just move on. Don't give yourself anything that, will be for your well-being, because all this stress can, make you unwell, Depression, they call it a mental state, mental issue. You can be depressed, and that you can skyrocket, and that you won't have chance to look after your children that we're talking about, So don't do anything that will make you feel depressed. No, look at things that we're all human beings. We all have times in life that you feel down, but don't be feeling down too often, This country is good. There's a lot of opportunity, and I'm saying that as a councillor, we have a lot of opportunities, to progress, to educate yourself, to do things, to do things you enjoy, or even for your own health. You can join a gym, and the time you spend there is a positive time, away from, and the partner would you can rekindle your love, because and also communication is good. It's good for partners to communicate at all level. Let us know, what am I not doing right, or what are you not doing right. Be there to listen, and let us see how we can work at it. But individually, you're responsible for your own well-being. I hear people the depression, dying, or all these things. It's sad, because you can save your life, from
But some will say that when the situation happened, they couldn't handle it. What are the strategies, do you think? Anybody who has a lot of things bothering their mind, have a proper approach to it?
Yeah, proper approach to it. Don't bottle things up until it is like it's reached a level that the intervention will not help you. Don't bottle things up. I know it says sometimes that, in the community, problem shared is problem doubled. I've had that before. But originally, it's problem shared is problem halved, So if you can find right person to talk to, if you're a Muslim, your mosque people, if you're Christian, your church, trusted people that you can talk to in the community, and you have counselors, advice counseling, like life coach. I do that as well. So to talk to people, and then they can actually advise you and turn you into the right direction. Don't feel overwhelmed about everything at the same time. Let us look at the chunks. You can resolve things in a chunk, and don't think that, the world is collapsing. The world is not going to collapse.
Your own, let me give you opportunity to shed more light about your own private, this life coach and counseling.
Yeah.
I want people in your borough and some other area. Can anybody come from any other part of the place to benefit it?
Yeah. Anybody can call me, and we can arrange.
Can you give more information about it, the activities of it, or perhaps?
Yes, I have a website. It is called findafresh.com.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a website, findafresh.com. But my contact information is on there.
Okay, brilliant.
So people can contact me, and then we can have an initial discussion, and and we can actually look at the wheel of life, and the areas of your life where you want things to change, and then we can. A lot of people, when you talk to them, they actually have the answer within them. It's just for you to help them navigate that answer.
To know precisely.
And then to make it better. And I enjoyed that. And I go out to speak with women as well, women group, speak with them, be invited like to churches and speak with women groups, and look at issues, how they can live a better life. So I feel like impacting into lives, and looking at people are feeling, feeling better and achieving their aims. Is really, I feel really good when things happen like that.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you very much. It's like due to the time is not our friend, and we've come actually a long way with this, and we actually touched all the important aspect of area which I think is extremely important for us to discuss about. We are coming very close to the end of this program. I want you to, on the last note, all our viewers, I want you just to advise our viewers, especially the young girls, the young boys, those who are in school, the advice you can give them to stop the menace of this unwanted killing and all this problem. Just give them advice for them to listen to their parents.
Yes. I mean, the advice for the young people growing up is that, you know, there is, I don't see a sense in people joining gangs and killing each other, you know, because if we look deeply, you're just wasting lives, you know, wasting your own people's lives. You shouldn't waste your life, and you shouldn't waste other people's lives, because when you waste your own life, like, you end up in jail, and then you cannot fulfill your destiny, you know. So you know, my advice to young people is to rethink this thing, and to look at what is it they want to do in the future. Look at the type of role model you know, that they want to emulate, you know, to change in life, and to make their parents proud, you know, make your parents proud of what you become. I mean, we're talking about this, some, you know, youth will go to school and do very well, and who says that you will not be the next Prime Minister of United Kingdom? Who says that you will not be in the leadership in the United Nations and all that? You know, a lot of you know, a lot of skills, a lot of destinies wasted. It is sad. It is very sad. If I could cry, I would cry on here and say, please, if you listen, think again and let us change. You know. And as for our parents, let us be attentive. Let us love our children. Let us be their friends, that they will be able to come home and talk to you about things and take your advice about things, and then you know, so that your labor will not be lost, you know. So I admonish my moms and also my dads to know what is the priority. You know, get your priorities right. The priority is the children that you're bringing up, and the you know, the greater tomorrow that you're bringing up. And I pray that all work well for us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, indeed, Cllr Bukky Okunade. Viewers, this is where we're going to draw the curtain of this program this week. It's been my pleasure to host Cllr Bukky Okunade, Deputy Leader of Labour Group, and also Chair the Children Services Overview and Scrutiny. Enormous, the list is endless, but I have to make it brief here. I'm really, really happy in hosting this program today, and I thank you for coming. So don't forget our Yoruba version, that is Oladeji Pataki. You are coming there as well. So on behalf of everybody, all the crew, all the production crew of Heritage Television here in London, this is where we are going to draw this curtain this week. Until next week, when we bring a new edition of this program, I am Oladeji Ibrahim Dawodu. I'm signing off for this program. Have a very good week. Bye.
My daughter-in-law. So how are you planning for my son's birthday? No, I have to cook for her. Do you people have ogirisi there? No. It's okay. Okay, let me call you back. Mama Chiji, okay. Hi, so wait a market. Please pack some ogirisi. I am going to visit my son. My daughter-in-law, it's arranged, but you must use original red oil to prepare the soup. What? I'll call you back. Mama Chijo, please include Isio Morocco, my daughter-in-law. Everything is now set. But don't forget that gold wristwatch I saw the last time I visited her.
Now you can talk until you tire for just 11 kobo per second. Call all networks in Nigeria and 30 international destinations, including US, UK, China, Canada, and India for just 11 kobo per second. Dial *211# to activate.
That's it, boo-boo.
The largest data network, Glow, grandmasters of data.
Bó ti yá gbogbo aláyẹyẹ pẹ̀lú ní pàtì àti ilé ìjọsìn ẹ fẹ́ ṣe polówó Heritage TV Heritage TV wọ́n bẹ nílùú London o Heritage TV wọ́n fọwọ́ wọn sọ̀yà o Heritage.
ẹ̀yin aráàlú London ǹjẹ́ ẹ ti gbọ́ pé iléeṣẹ́ Heritage TV tún ti gbé àrà tuntun yọ o gbogbo àríyá yín pátápátá la ó máa bá yín polongo rẹ̀ jákèjádò gbogbo ayé ká máa ṣayẹyẹ ní London ká sì máa wò l'Amẹ́ríkà ní Nàìjíríà àti káàkiri àgbáyé lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ àti lójú kan náà bó jẹ́ lórí fídíò tàbí lórí photograph tó mọ́lẹ̀ yékéyéké Heritage TV ní bàbá o gbogbo àwọn ayẹyẹ yín bí ọjọ́ ìbí ìsìnkú àgbà ìgbéyàwó àjọ̀dún ilé ìjọsìn yín Heritage Television ní kẹ́ ẹ máa bọ̀ tààràtà ìlú London la wà United Kingdom la tẹ̀dó sí ẹ kàn sí wa lórí ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ yìí 020-800-46100 tàbí lórí ẹ̀rọ alátagbà wa ayẹyẹ @heritagetv.co.uk àti lórí ẹ̀rọ alágbèéká 0734-123-4560 Heritage TV àbálẹ̀tù ọmọdé làwó.